Pečka. Tima, pečka. Pečka.
That was very, very therapeutic.
Wow. Look, the person took time.
Yeah, it took the morning. It take the morning to do, and then
Just,
you know.
wow.
But these are very hard to look after. Firstly, they get blight really easy in the rain. You can only cut them in the grey. You can't cut them in the sun because they scorch. We've also got box hedge caterpillars. So next. Needs to be done up. Your blacksmith
So the
yard.
tools for farming, this, or the tools for farming in different counties in Ireland.
So the sheep, because of the weather, the smallest ones, they would hunker down and stay safe there, and they won't jump over the bigger ones.
He does his own honey. He does his own honey.
Darker as well, because you don't want these big windows, because someone could be hiding in trees waiting for you. So it's those ones are good. You can get a crossbow out, and much harder for them to shoot you.
The ladies' room.
Yeah.
The lady and the lord.
Small bed though.
It is quite small.
Yeah. I really don't like the Lord and Lady's room, closest to the action, also with a place to get out in case of trouble. That will take you out to the roof eventually. These are the original beams. Everything else has been rebuilt. They're only there for show because, you know, we're 700 years old. Whereas that's more like 30 years old. And there was no roof here. Breakfast, he's the stonemason. And if you notice, his legs are like that.
Yeah.
So if you see that on statues, on these were the Normans. See, the Normans, whatever, they were invited into the country by the King of Leinster to help him fight another king. And Strongbow, it was called, and the Barnabas came with Strongbow, and he just married straight into the Irish aristocracy. So within 2 generations, they weren't Normans anymore. But that's why the Normans were successful, because unlike lots of European dynasties, they didn't implant all their families. They would just. The floor's been redone. This represents the 3 families: the Falcon, the Barnabals, that's them up there. Second family, the Dragon, because they were Cambro Normans. That means they came from Wales, and the Dragon was their crest. And then the final was the Lansdownes, or the helmet. So that was one of their. That was on their crest anyway. So it's done to look like a medieval floor. Entrance gallery all rebuilt. Roof all rebuilt. There's don't know why there's holes here. There's holes in this door there. Probably because In castles and old houses, you have hidden areas. Some would have tunnel systems, some would have things behind the fireplace to escape, because in case you get attacked and they can break in, what generally happens is, especially when you're very close, everyone was very small by the size of things. Very important, this is what we lived on, mashed potatoes all the time. That's kind of what you live on. My granny didn't eat anything other than potatoes. She wouldn't eat pasta, she wouldn't eat rice, you know what I mean? Just spuds.
Stable food.
But I mean, spuds are amazing. So, essentially, this would be your dinner. You have these pots, you just put them over the fire, whatever. So it'd be like potatoes, milk, scallions. The tower itself, that's where everything happens. Bedrooms, place to work, place to get food. And this is the main gate. So there's your murder hole there. So this is where you'd be dropping things on people's heads. You'd be having your look.
Sleeping stacks. You see the murder hole when I came out the sleeping stacks. Yeah, I saw the murder hole. You did see? I did. This is not the sleeping stacks.
So this room, kind of done up by the hatches in the 19th century, so that's why it's a bit more modern looking. But this is all the Christian brothers when they lived here. They lived here until the 80s. Out here, they'd live and work here. You'd have to sleep here as well because there's only 2 bedrooms. So there'd be a fire and you'd sleep by the fire. You've got the main oven, bread, meat, that kind of thing. Your fireplace for soups, stews, potage, and then that's very important. Back in the day, it's a smoker. That's how you preserve meat and fish. Okay, because there's no supermarkets and it has to do for the winter. Servants' entrance, they bring the food up there, and then come down again because you have other servants to serve the food. And you're here, you have to cook for everyone, not just the lord and lady, but also everyone who works in the gardens. And the kind of food for the poor wouldn't actually be that bad. You take yesterday's leftovers, meat, vegetables, make a kind of a stew, soup thing, potage, have that with bread and cheese, honey, nuts, whatever's around, smoked fish, that kind of thing. That's a butter churn. Ireland makes the best butter in the world for some reason. The Drimnagh got this, they went sort of Norman.
Do you mind interpreting, translating what for you?
No, it's okay.
I won't hear everything. I don't understand.
I love the blue sky.
Okay.